Construction's underway of the Obama Presidential Center in Jackson Park, and residents on the south side are bracing for what it will mean for their communities. Benefits or displacement. That's particularly so in Woodlawn, where more than 80% of the community's residents are black. Amanda Vinicky and producer Acacio Hernandez spent the day there as part of our Chicago Tonight in Your Neighborhood series. And Amanda joins us now with more. Amanda.
Yeah, Brandis, we are in the heart of Woodlawn at the Cottage Grove L station of the Green Line. This was the first elevated train line that was built in Chicago. That was for the 1893 Columbian Exposition. Now, the Daily restaurant just across the street dates back older still to 1892, making the diner the city's oldest restaurant.
I used to come to Daly's like every Sunday after church since I was like, 12? So, and I would get the same thing. Like, we used to come, they didn't even have to ask us what we wanted because we already knew. And it's probably like one of the best French toast and bacon I've ever had. Oh, and their grits are fire too. But the servers are like really friendly.
Now, if the restaurant doesn't look old in the video, that's because it did move in 2019, but just across the street. That was all part of an effort to, as a Tribune article from near that time described it, make the station and the surrounding area a neighborhood bright spot. There is a lot of change going on these days in the Woodlawn community, and chief among them is the Obama Presidential Center. Now, you've got some residents who are thrilled about it. Others are wary about what that is going to mean for the community, like if it will lead to soaring rent and property taxes that current residents just can't afford. Lenisa Ling Young says her family has for 100 years lived in the home that she now owns, and she does not want to have to give up on that history.
Of course, I don't want things stagnant. We need things for our community. We are starved of resources, but at the same time, all resources ain't good resources, and that is the thing. We want our young people to continue to stay in our community. We want the people who own their homes or who are homeowners and who even are renters here to stay in the community and have that choice. And that is all when it comes to development. When it comes to that, no one hates development. No one doesn't say, "Ooh, that's development is bad." Everybody wants something good. But at the same time, you have to make sure that the people that are already here before the development even came or was even thought of stays here.
As a youth organizer with Stop, Ling is fighting for the reopening of trauma centers, for a mental health response instead of police to emergencies, and to remove CPD officers from Chicago schools. And yes, also for housing guarantees related to the Obama Presidential Center. She says the housing preservation ordinance is a good start, but more is needed. Stop has demands like 30% affordable housing, mixed income housing, and for 63rd and Blackstone to be included in the city's preservation plans. Young says that people call her the daughter of Woodlawn, and she is worried that up to 10,000 of those Woodlawn residents will be displaced.
Woodlawn is southside as it gets. You get everything. You get the old ladies on the corner making sure the kids got popsicles and things of that nature. Neighbors helping you move in when you're literally just moving in. It's a certain type of hospitality that no really other side of Chicago really has. Woodlawn is Woodlawn strong for a reason.
Now, talk about Woodlawn strong. The Apostolic Church of God started in 1932. It now has 2 sanctuaries. One of them seats 3,000, the other 1,500. The pastor has got plans for the church to grow even more, as does his son, by converting 8 acres of parking lots that the church owns into a mixed housing development with, yes, housing as well as a hotel, a theater, farming area, and a large commercial space.
Out of this faith-based movement that God is in the center of what we are trying to do, and the people are the ones that benefit. So the church really operates on its own calling, but it's always on behalf of people. And how do you bring all those elements together at the same time? And that's what Woodlawn Central is all about.
Pastor Brazier says look for announcements in June or July for a major funder, the hotel partner, and others. He says that the development is fast-tracking a Woodlawn 2060 community plan, so it does have resident support. And by the way, Metro Stop would be redone and The train company all aboard. The pastor says that the church will lease its property to Woodlawn Central, which would be its own independent LLC.
So this is not like a typical development where, the developers take the money and then they just don't worry about the community. The church has always been in the position, down through the years, of always giving back to the 4 elements of every community, which is education, safety, economic development, and health and human services. Those are the 4 instruments by which a community develops.
Local youth can develop their athletic skills and much more at Metro Squash on Cottage Grove Avenue. Now, that is a sport that program director Gabby Coombs says is high intensity, it's high energy, but it's also one that anybody can do regardless of your height, weight, or body type. Metro Squash has served up free opportunities to low-income students since 2005.
We also offer academic support and academic enrichment. So our enrichment program allows for us to offer additional things to our students like financial literacy, social emotional learning, critical thinking, problem solving, and executive functioning skills. We also offer tutoring services, and we supply students with outside resources as needed. So it is a full-pronged program that looks at the student as a whole, not just as an athlete and not just as an academic, but as a total person.
Now, I, for one, have never tried my hand at squash, and maybe I will at Metro Squash one of these days, but I will spare you from doing that on camera. Gabby tells me that she hadn't played squash prior to starting that job, and she says she can play passively now. With that, sending it back to you. We'll be back later with the 20th Ward Alderwoman.
It's not something I've ever tried my hand at either, Amanda. We'll do it together. Thank you.